Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Red Color. And this is the reading for the new moon on the 7th, the 8th. Both. Opportunity. Opportunity. That's my little go-to, my little mini message. All right. Let's get to the reading and then I'll make announcements. I hope the lighting is okay. I hope everyone's well. Please check out my Tarot Tuesdays. I'm working on it. I'm finally back, working on it for 2 years. I should have been done with the whole thing by now, but you know. So what are the opportunities that are coming up for the collective for this new moon? So it's a good night to do a ritual. Whatever that means, it doesn't have to be fancy. You just set your intent, maybe write it down on a piece of paper. This is what I'd like to receive. These are the opportunities I'd like to, bring in, welcome, etc. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. One, nice. Two, three. Ah, look at that. Very homey. Not like Homie the Clown and what was the name of that show? Let me call it. All right, away we go. So, this is about comfort. This is about the wish coming true, the promise coming true. Here's the rainbow, emotional fulfillment, community, happiness, fulfillment emotionally. And then I have the king. He's a really interesting king. I feel that he's he takes his passion by his hand. He takes his creativity. He has the knowledge of how to make it so. He's been through the fire, right? The salamander's here. So the salamander in alchemy is a symbol of purification. So there's been a purification that's gone on. And then I have the 4, which is really stable. So I feel like, the energy is really about taking responsibility of how to make yourself more comfortable, how to make yourself more at home in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, and your surroundings, right? So how can one do that, right? What's the opportunity? Do I make my house nicer? Do I look for a new job? Do I bring in people who make me feel fulfilled? Or do I concentrate on those energies that are around? The way my necklace is, it always comes through the hole. How can I take hold of that and make something happen, make myself more comfortable, more at ease, stable? I mean you. And then the queen. It's all about the timing. It's all about the timing. Whenever I find that I have the king and the queen of a certain suit in one reading, it almost doubles the energy. So the energy of wands is the energy of creativity, of passion, of, the thing that makes you happy. So, for some people, let's say you have a limited amount of money and you live in a house and, part of you is like, well, I really need to paint the outside of the house. And the other part of you is like, but I really want a garden. So, how can I accomplish that? And maybe, for some people, the garden will be important. For others, the painting of the house will be more important. I'm not saying you can't do both. I'm saying, like figure out your priorities, right? This is the next card in Tarot Tuesdays, which will be up next week, hopefully, or the week after. So I'm sitting in the energy of the sun. So the Judgment card is really about listening to your intuition, getting really quiet, listening to your intuition, listening to the messages from Gabriel. This is really about a lesson being learned and incorporated into your body. It's like, okay, that phase is done. And now I'm ready to be revitalized because they're reborn here. And wow, toward financial freedom, toward maybe a new physical. So, you know, maybe being more comfortable with yourself is about being more comfortable with your body. So that might be taking care of your body in a certain way. That could mean exercise or diet or sleeping, or maybe, you know, you found something that's closer to home and it makes your life more secure. You know, it could be where you work, it could be the people, you know, like your neighbors, could be, but it's something physical. Um, you know, sometimes I go out of my way to go to a store and then I'm like, well, there's another store that, you know, so for instance, this is a weird for instance. I don't really buy like milk far away because it's heavy to carry, right? I mean, not that I buy a big thing of milk, but it's like this is heavy. So it's like if I pay, you know, 10 or 20% extra, but it's downstairs as opposed to walking with it for a quarter of a mile, it's worth it. Like that kind of, right? Make it practical. It's got to be practical. All right. Follow your intuition. You know, I'm getting a lot of this. Follow your intuition, you know. Well, you know, I don't really know. So just go with your feeling. Go with your feeling. Because the moon is really about following your dreams, following your intuition, you know, and being almost magically led. Great. Look, another angel. There's a whole spiritual thing going on here. This is temperance, right? Card of Sagittarius. Finding a new balance, finding a new spiritual balance, finding a balance between your intuition and the reality of this. My instinct says, right, that I should incorporate lessons that I've learned or my experiences and utilize them. You know, sometimes you're in a job or in a situation, it's like, what is this about? And it's like if I sit and listen, I'll understand what the message is, and then I can incorporate it and utilize it. And even bad experiences or less than pleasant experience can, you know, sometimes really help you see things in a clearer fashion. So, and I have Gabriel and Raphael here. Lovely. Yeah, to rebalance yourself. Wow. It's a big reading. Yeah, how can I find this balance between my emotional life, my finances, my creativity? How can I incorporate these things to make myself more comfortable, to make myself feel more balanced, more at ease, more enlightened? Enlightened. Interesting little reading. All right, so I'm definitely going to do a ritual tonight. I go around looking for the cheapest candle. It's kind of a little game that I play. So there's one of these really inexpensive supermarkets around the corner, and it's good for like I don't know, oil and you know aluminum foil and stuff like that. They always have like a bin of like all kinds of weird stuff. You never know what's in there. It could be games for a kid. It could be cereal. It could be garbage bag. It could be anything. And so they had candles there a week or two ago, and they were really small. And I was like, well, they're probably really cheap. So I took it to the checkout, and she's like, it's you know, like I can get certain other candles for like 20 pesos, and these are like 35. It's like, really? So find the balance, right? I know it's a weird example. All right, let me show you the cards. Now, Nancy and I are offering a tarot class starting on the 23rd. Please join us. It's our third time giving the class, and it's 6 weeks intensive, an hour and a half each class. And if you miss one, you know, it's taped. And we go through the entire deck. You know, we do a little history, we do numerology, and then we have the Fool's Journey is 1 week, which is the major cards, how it forms a story. And it's court cards, and it's the numbers. Then we start practicing. And, so let's say there are 5 people in the class or whatever, 10, it's usually 10. And we'll ask a question, what's the weather like for, the plains this season? And then we all throw cards and, practice. You get to practice. And it's a fun class. And the point of the class really is for you to ignite your own intuition, right? That's the point. That's why you study tarot, to like be in touch with different energies that maybe you haven't been as tuned into. So that's what we're going to help you do. All right, let me show you the cards. Fulfillment is my responsibility, as is my comfort. I have the knowledge of how to make myself more secure. I have learned my lesson and incorporated it. I will know the timing. I will follow my intuition to rebalance myself, right? To heal myself and to bring it into reality, right? The physical plane. Libra, Sagittarius. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Blessings to you. If you'd like a reading, if you'd like a healing, take our class. Available. Bye. Blessings.